The cameras flashed. The crowd froze. And just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession. Welcome to StarScope Report. Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
Yes, and we are so glad you're here with us today.
We really are. And our mission for you today is pretty intense. We are doing a massive deep dive into a huge stack of sources. We're talking Variety, The Independent, ARY News, Wikipedia, just you name it.
Right, trying to piece together this massive puzzle.
Exactly, because we are unpacking the completely shocking timeline of Blake Lively's, a very glamorous return to the spotlight.
Which involves a really high-stakes legal settlement.
Yeah, and of course the glaring, highly publicized snub at Taylor Swift's quote-unquote wedding of the century.
No, it is a phenomenal case study. I mean, when you look at the timeline over the last 2 years, you are basically watching a masterclass in how modern celebrities navigate scandal and, carefully engineer their own public redemption.
It really is wild.
Yeah, but to truly understand the comeback, we really have to start by analyzing the absence.
Right, so let's lay out the facts of that absence, because the visual contrast here is just staggering.
Paint the picture for us.
Okay, so the date is July 3rd, 2026.
Huge day.
Massive. We're at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are finally tying the knot.
And this is not just a wedding.
No, not at all. Industry sources estimate the cost was roughly $50 million.
$50 million, just let that sink in.
Right. I mean, this was a heavily fortified cultural summit. You have an NYPD secured perimeter locking down entire blocks of Manhattan.
Wow.
Yeah, barricades filtering only, pre-approved VIPs into Penn Station, and literal shipments of live lobsters arriving overnight from Quebec.
It was essentially an American royal function. I mean, it was designed to project absolute cultural dominance.
Totally.
It represented this ultimate merger of two massive demographics, right?
Right.
Global pop music and American football.
And the guest list really reflected that dominance. I mean, you have 1,000 guests pouring into the arena.
The biggest names on earth.
Literally. Adam Sandler is officiating.
Which is amazing.
I know, right? Paul McCartney and Ice Spice are co-performing.
Such a wild duo.
Right. And the bride steps out in a custom Dior gown, accessorized with Christian Louboutin and Cartier. And the cameras are just capturing everybody. Selena Gomez, Bradley Cooper, Simone Biles, Patrick Mahomes.
The entire world is watching this singular location.
Exactly. But Blake Lively, Taylor Swift's longtime best friend, the woman whose children are literally name-dropped in Swift's actual discography, is completely absent.
Nowhere to be found.
Right. So while the most powerful figures in entertainment are funneling into Madison Square Garden, Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds were hundreds of miles away.
Which is just crazy to think about.
Yeah, on the day of the rehearsal dinner, paparazzi actually photographed them in Lake Placid, New York.
Right, sitting in folding chairs.
Yes, sitting in folding chairs, attending a horse riding competition for their 6-year-old daughter, Betty.
And it didn't stop there.
No. By the time the actual wedding weekend wrapped up and the after parties were still raging in New York, Lively and Reynolds had crossed international borders.
They were in Canada, right?
Yeah. They were photographed grabbing lunch on a sun-drenched rooftop of a Mexican restaurant in Canada.
It's just such a stark contrast.
It is, but I have to challenge this narrative just a bit for you, the listener. Because when you look at those photos from Lake Placid, they just look like regular parents.
They do, yeah.
So could this simply be a scheduling conflict? I mean, a horse show for a 6-year-old is a big deal in a family's calendar.
Sure, it is.
Parents prioritize their kids over social events every single day. Are we maybe risking overanalyzing what might just be like a dedicated family weekend?
See, if we were talking of a standard Hollywood dinner party or, I don't know, even a movie premiere, that argument absolutely holds weight. But you have to scale the analysis to the event itself. This is a $50 million mega wedding for a woman who is literally the godmother to your children.
That's a fair point.
Right. In the highest tiers of celebrity communication, missing a milestone of this magnitude is never an accident. It is a highly engineered maneuver.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is the textbook application of PR silence.
But doesn't PR silence just leave a massive vacuum for the media to fill?
Well, yes and no.
Because by not showing up, Doesn't she invite tabloids to invent wild theories about why she isn't there? That seems incredibly risky when you are trying to, protect your image.
It is a calculated risk, definitely, but the vacuum is actually the point.
How so?
When you exist at that level of fame, your physical presence is an endorsement, but your intentional absence, that is a blockade.
Wow, okay.
If this were a genuine, unavoidable scheduling conflict, say, like a contracted film shoot she legally could not leave, you would see a highly visible, warm social media post.
Oh, for sure.
Right. You would see a massive public display of flowers delivered to MSG. You would see a concerted PR effort to bridge the gap and signal to the public and to Taylor that the relationship is still intact.
So by offering zero public congratulations and simultaneously allowing themselves to be photographed doing completely mundane, everyday tasks across the border,
They are sending a very clear message.
they're starving the media of the squad imagery.
Exactly. It tells the public that the disconnect is intentional, and it projects an aura of total indifference. It's a visual way of stating, your $50 million spectacle has absolutely no bearing on my life.
That is ruthless.
Oh.
And if you're listening and you're fascinated by the hidden mechanics of celebrity PR, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because the root cause of this snub involves a legal battle that is even more intense.
Whoa, absolutely. The foundation of this snub wasn't built overnight.
No, it wasn't.
It stems from a deeply toxic 2-year fallout originating from the 2024 film It Ends With Us.
Right. The legal battle between Blake Lively and her co-star and director, Justin Baldoni. And when we look at the filings from our sources, we aren't talking about standard Hollywood friction here. We are looking at a $400 million countersuit, leaked private text messages, and a fallout that fundamentally dismantled one of Hollywood's most famous alliances.
It is so crucial to note here that both parties presented heavily documented, entirely conflicting narratives.
Right, completely opposite sides of the story.
Exactly. On one side, Lively filed a lawsuit against Baldoni alleging workplace sexual harassment and claiming he orchestrated a coordinated digital smear campaign against her to ruin her reputation prior to the film's release.
And Baldoni's camp vehemently denied those allegations.
Completely denied them.
They framed the entire dispute as a battle over creative control of the film's final cut. And they didn't just issue a denial.
No, they took it much further.
Yeah, in January of 2025, Baldoni filed a massive $400 million countersuit against Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist.
Which is just a staggering amount of money. It's insane. The suit alleged civil extortion, defamation, and invasion of privacy. His legal team basically argued that Lively weaponized false harassment allegations to hijack the movie.
Right.
And that she essentially manufactured a fake PR crisis to deflect from her own negative press.
You know, when a civil countersuit hits the $400 million mark, it is rarely about expecting a jury to actually award that specific dollar amount.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it about?
It is a tactic of overwhelming force. It is designed to establish immense legal leverage and force a settlement through sheer financial and reputational pressure.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and the mechanism they use to apply that pressure is what we call discovery.
Which brings us to the craziest escalation of this entire saga.
Oh, this part is wild.
In May of 2025, this lawsuit goes totally nuclear. Baldoni's legal team actually attempts to subpoena Taylor Swift.
Which nobody saw coming. No. Like, how does a pop star get legally dragged into a workplace harassment and extortion lawsuit for a movie she didn't even work on? I mean, this is like a legal black hole that just started sucking in every A-lister in its orbit.
It really is. I mean, Scooter Braun, Perez Hilton, they were all getting pulled in.
Right.
But with Taylor, it comes down to how civil discovery functions. In a defamation and extortion case, state of mind, coordinated PR efforts, and character evidence become legally relevant.
Okay, I follow.
If Baldoni's team believed Lively was coordinating a smear campaign, any private communication she had with powerful allies regarding Baldoni could, theoretically, be classified as evidence.
Ah, I see.
And Lively had previously listed Swift as a potential character witness, which basically opened the door for Baldoni's team to legally demand Swift's private communications.
Oh, wow. It's like a corporate audit that accidentally triggers an IRS investigation into everyone you've ever emailed.
That is a perfect analogy.
Yeah. Swift's private support as a friend suddenly transformed into sworn legal evidence. You are looking at a situation where a private text message could be read aloud in a federal courtroom.
That is the exact mechanism of the threat. When the court documents were temporarily unsealed in January of 2026, the public actually got a glimpse of these texts.
Right.
Lively had referred to Swift as her most trusted partner. And the filings show Lively using Swift's private criticisms of Baldoni to bolster her own legal narrative.
That is so messy.
It gets worse. Baldoni's team took it a step further, alleging that Lively essentially blackmailed Swift.
Wait, blackmailed her?
Yes. They claim Lively was threatening to leak these very texts to the press if Swift didn't publicly back her up.
That is just, wow. Swift's legal team aggressively denied the blackmail allegations, obviously.
Oh, of course.
They stated she had zero involvement in the CERM's production or the PR fallout. And the judge actually criticized the subpoena against Swift, and it was eventually withdrawn.
Right. She hit the emergency thrusters to escape that black hole you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. But the damage to the infrastructure of that friendship was already done.
Irreparably so.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the reporting from The Independent and various insider sources regarding Swift's emotional state, the recurring theme is a profound sense of betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Sources stated she felt used like a pawn. And, Swift has spent over a decade meticulously curating her public image.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Tightly controlling her inner circle, avoiding messy, uncontrollable controversies.
Exactly. So to suddenly find her private, unguarded text messages weaponized in a highly publicized lawsuit involving extortion and sexual harassment claims,
Yeah.
that is a catastrophic breach of the perimeter she built around her life.
It really is.
It prompted Swift to execute a strategy of complete, ruthless distancing. An insider noted she realized she simply did not want that kind of energy attached to her life, particularly as she was navigating the lead-up to a highly scrutinized public marriage.
She prioritized her own peace.
Exactly. She halted a friendship that had, for years, functioned as a core pillar of her relatable public persona.
So how does an A-lister bounce back from losing a powerful ally like that and enduring a grueling legal battle?
It is not easy.
No, because the sudden end to that friendship didn't just leave Lively without a key ally, it forced an immediate high-stakes shift in her PR strategy.
Literally starting the day her lawsuit ended.
Right. And that's not even the wildest part. We'll uncover her unexpected next move right after this.
You won't want to miss how she handled this.
Okay, so we are back, and we have to talk about the timing of her return, because how a star bounces back requires incredible precision.
It elevates this from standard celebrity damage control to a masterclass in narrative reclamation.
Let's examine the timeline. On May 4, 2026, exactly 2 weeks before this massive career-defining defamation and harassment trial was scheduled to begin, the case reaches a sudden surprise settlement.
Right under the wire.
Literally. And just before this settlement, the judge had actually dismissed several of Lively's claims, specifically the sexual harassment claim.
Right, which was a huge blow.
Yeah. The dismissal was based on jurisdictional grounds, noting that as an actor on set, she was technically classified as an independent contractor, not an employee.
Which completely shifted the legal framework of the harassment claim.
Exactly. But the retaliation and breach of contract claims were absolutely still heading to a jury trial.
And going to trial is the ultimate PR nightmare for a celebrity brand.
Because everything becomes public.
Exactly. It requires taking the stand under oath. It requires opening up years of private emails, text messages, and internal team strategies to the public record.
Which nobody wants.
Nobody. So by settling out of court on May 4th, both sides protected their brand equity.
Right. And no monetary damages were awarded to Lively, though Baldoni's side did cover her attorney's fees for the defamation defense.
Yes, and most importantly, all parties signed agreements waiving their rights to any future litigation regarding the matter.
The legal anchor around her neck was suddenly just gone.
Officially ending the nightmare.
Right. And if you are Blake Lively, how do you visually communicate to the world that you survived a years-long, career-threatening legal battle?
You go to the Met Gala.
You go to the Met Gala. That very same evening, mere hours after the lawyer signed the settlement, she makes her first Met Gala appearance since 2022.
The visual symbolism of that choice is so potent. She didn't just walk the red carpet. She stepped out in an archival 2006 Atelier Versace gown.
Oh, it's stunning.
It was a display of understated glamour, projecting an aura of completely renewed poise.
The contrast is intensely cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ugly, bureaucratic reality of a federal lawsuit ending in a sterile office in the morning, followed by a triumphant return to the absolute pinnacle of high fashion society in the evening.
It sends a clear, undeniable signal to the industry and to the public. She is basically saying, I am untouched by the scandal and my status as fashion royalty remains intact.
Totally.
But the truly strategic maneuver, the ultimate solo power move, happened 2 months later, right in the direct aftermath of the Madison Square Garden wedding snub.
Which brings us to July 19, 2026, the FIFA World Cup Final at MetLife Stadium. Spain is facing off against Argentina.
A massive global event.
Huge.
Oh.
And sitting in the VIP section is Blake Lively. The aesthetics of this appearance are so specific,
Very calculated.
She is dressed casually chic, a striped button-up over a white tank top, light-wash jeans, oversized sunglasses. She is snapping selfies, smiling widely, visibly having the time of her life with her girlfriends, Kendall and Libby Glazer.
And notably,
her husband, Ryan Reynolds, is not in the frame.
right.
I really want to dissect the location choice here for you guys listening. If you are trying to demonstrate to the world that you are perfectly fine after being visibly excluded from the biggest celebrity wedding of the decade, why choose a massive sports stadium?
It's a great question.
Like, why not a high-end restaurant where the paparazzi just happen to catch you looking glamorous? Or a standard Hollywood red carpet?
Well, that cuts right to the mechanics of the unbothered public appearance. In the vocabulary of celebrity PR, a low-key dinner at a restaurant can easily be framed by tabloids as hiding away or seeking quiet comfort.
Oh, I see.
And a traditional red carpet event, that just looks like mandatory work. You are contractually obligated to be there, so smiling is just part of the job.
But the FIFA World Cup Final is different.
Entirely different. It is a massive, joyous, globally broadcast event.
Right.
By attending with a group of girlfriends and specifically stepping out without her husband, she projects total independence and unbreakable resilience.
So it's a visual refusal to retreat into the shadows of the Madison Square Garden wedding coverage.
Exactly. When you look at those World Cup photos, you might just see a celebrity having fun at a soccer game, but what you are actually looking at is a carefully constructed visual press release.
Wow.
It's like she's loudly broadcasting, "I am not sitting at home mourning a lost wedding invitation."
That is brilliant.
And to take that a step further, look at the cultural real estate she is occupying. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift currently represent the ultimate monopoly on the intersection of American sports and pop culture.
Oh, 100%.
Right, so by showing up at the World Cup, one of the only sporting events on the planet that significantly dwarfs American football in global viewership.
She is inserting herself directly back into the center of the cultural zeitgeist.
Entirely on her own terms. She is playing in a bigger arena.
If you're loving these twists and these PR masterclasses, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead. Because the way she capitalized on this exact moment is genius.
She really didn't miss a beat.
No, she didn't just stop at a highly visible social appearance. She used this exact window of media attention to announce a major professional pivot.
Right, she signaled a fresh professional chapter.
She leveraged the momentum of a World Cup appearance to announce she is headlining a brand new action romantic comedy for Lionsgate titled The Survivalist.
Which perfectly completes the narrative arc of her comeback.
It does. I mean, think about what she accomplished in a matter of weeks. The draining lawsuit is legally terminated.
Right.
Her social relevance is reestablished on a global stage at the World Cup. And her career pipeline is officially moving forward with a major studio.
Through this sequence of events, she has effectively uncoupled her personal brand from the Taylor Swift squad and the Justin Baldoni controversy all at once.
It really makes you evaluate how these massive celebrity ecosystems function today.
It really does.
For the better part of a decade, the ultimate currency in Hollywood was proximity. Who you stood next to determined your value. The squad. The inner circle.
If you were photographed in the VIP tent at the Eras Tour or attending the right 4th of July party, your brand stock was at an all-time high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Proximity to power provided this shield of credibility. The logic was that if a megastar trusted you, the public should trust you too.
But watching Blake Lively navigate this incredibly turbulent period completely upends that logic.
It really does. She absorbed a brutal high-stakes lawsuit. She navigated a massive, highly scrutinized public rejection from the biggest pop star on Earth.
And rather than shrinking away, she settled her battles, smiled for the cameras at the World Cup, and booked a new movie.
It leaves you with a really lingering, provocative question to consider. In today's hyper-connected, endlessly scrutinized celebrity ecosystem, does a star actually need an A-list squad to survive?
Or is the ultimate power move proving that you can stand completely unapologetically alone?
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.